Let's dive into the create element from schema function. This function is responsible for generating individual HTML form elements based on a given JSON schema element. The schema element includes type, id, label, options for dropdowns, and validators for applying validation rules. Depending on the type of input, this function creates the appropriate form field and binds it to a label element for accessibility. For select fields, it also iterates through the options array, creating and appending option elements. Validation rules are applied when needed through the apply validators function. If an unsupported input type is provided, the function throws an error, helping you catch configuration issues early on. The apply validators function is crucial for ensuring that the data entered in the form is valid. For each validator defined in the schema, a corresponding HTML5 validation attribute is set on the input element. This includes making an input required or specifying minimum and maximum character lengths. If there's a validator type that isn't supported, the function sends a warning to the console. This feedback loop helps maintain the integrity of form validation as the schema evolves. Now, let's focus on the generate form from JSON function. This is where the magic happens. The function assembles the entire form by iterating over the schema array and leveraging create element from schema to create each field. It also adds a submit button to the form, ensuring that users can submit their data. Speaking of submission, the function attaches an event listener to prevent the default submit event and instead logs the form data to the console. This makes it easy to review and test form data without needing a backend in place. In this final part, we see a sample JSON schema defining two form inputs, a text input for first name and an email input. Each schema element includes validation rules, such as the required attribute. The generate form from JSON function is then called with this schema, creating the form with the defined fields. Finally, the script adds the generated form to a container element on the web page. This process fully illustrates the power of dynamic form generation, allowing you to build flexible, data-driven forms with ease.